this evening. I do have other plans going on, but we will continue with the show as is currently. But what are we going to be doing today?
Well, welcome back, and see you later, I guess.
I do have confirmation I will be on the show next week, the full show.
All right, awesome.
We got a long weekend for 4th of July, so we're going to be on the show next Friday, so Ryan will be back full time at least a week.
Well, that's awesome. So we got we're going to do Rock Hill Farms bourbon tonight. But before we do, I got some other stuff that I wanted to talk about. A little bit of how we got this bottle today. A little bit about what I got over there. So you all know we're from Paris, Kentucky. It's a small town. We don't have these big super chain liquor stores. Not a lot of bourbon drops or anything like that.
We're getting there. A couple of the little ones are getting some decent bottles.
But that's what I'm here to talk about. So there's a little store called Mart. It is on Main Street.
They're fairly new.
Fairly new to us around here. They're on Main Street there in Paris. If you're coming from Lexington,
right past the bypass.
You go past the bypass. It's going to be on your left, right next to Stockyards Bank.
Used to be an old medicine shop.
So
across from Bourbon Heights.
They have a Facebook page too. And they post a lot of the bottles they get on the Facebook page. And it gets me real excited sometimes. And a lot of times when I get there, there's all gone. Because she does advertise on Facebook. Go ahead.
Corey says, "Happy Friday, gents."
Hi, Corey. Happy Friday to you, too.
Hopefully everything's going well with the baby and all, sir. Still waiting for double eagle very rare, but I know that times are tough right now.
I knew you were going to say that.
In the financial standpoint.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'll give you a break for at least a little bit.
So I go into Mart today because they had some advertisements on Facebook and everything like that.
Some good bottles.
And I found some bottles. And I'm going to tell you, on their shelves, they had E.H. Taylor 4 grain. It's a big bottle. They had Weller 12, Weller Antique. They have tons of Buffalo Trace there.
Eagle 12.
Peter says, "Cheers, everybody."
Cheers, Peter.
Appreciate you tuning in, sir.
Yes, they had Eagle Rare and Eagle 12 year. But I found this one. This was a bottle I didn't have. I don't have the 4 grain either, and I really wanted that one. Oh no.
Woo!
Bam! So the Single Oak Project. I didn't have this bottle. They're just made in this. This is the barrel number 80. So I was excited to find it. Now, they do some. What do we got? Another comment?
Peter says, "Looks like tater heaven on the bar tonight."
Tater heaven. Is he talking about the shapes of the bottles, or
they look little taters?
I don't know.
Looks like tater heaven.
Anyway, so what we got, the Single Oak from Mart there in Paris, Kentucky. Found it. Now, what they do when they get these highly allocated bottles,
they get their money's worth out of it. That's
the old way. Now they sell them close to MSRP, so they don't have bad prices. And all they wanted you to do was to ask. They ask you to buy more bottles. So
could be anything.
Before I would get maybe a small batch. Oh, they have plenty of small batch and stuff there too. E.H. Taylor small batch. But like when the small batch come out and they had a lot of it, they was like, it's $69, but we want you to buy another bottle. So you buy something else on the shelf, and then that's how they sold it. And that was a cool way to do it. But sometimes they wanted 2 or 3 bottles, which was still a cool way to do it. But guess what they're doing now? And I'm very excited about this because not only do I buy bourbon there, but we shop there quite often, my producer and I, for other stuff. All you have to do now, they're on the point system.
Yes.
Oh, they forgot a rewards program.
So they got a rewards program.
Started
so every
today.
dollar you spend, you're going to earn some points, and you can use that to your allocated stuff and get this really close to MSRP by using your points. So if you're in the Paris area, you might want to stop by Mart and try to pick up.
Or don't, because the less competition, the better.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, because usually when you find a honey spot, you want to keep it quiet.
But we're good people.
But I am sharing it with my friends out there. If you're in the Paris area, stop by Mart. You may find a good bottle that
Make sure to follow them on Facebook if you want the
sign up for their rewards program, and even if you're only here once a month, those things add up over time.
It does.
Peter, and they have been getting quite a few drops and stuff going, like quite a few pretty decent
I've
bottles.
seen a lot of things on Facebook. I've missed several of them. They're during the day sometimes. And then they're not really drops. They're just saying, "Hey, it's here." And then
got it.
They asked you to buy some other bottles. You got a comment?
Yeah, Peter explained. He said tater bourbon, that is bourbon trace bottles that people search high and low for without question.
That's the
Tater
truth,
heaven.
and we're going to talk a little bit about that today with these bottles. And it's funny. So now, how did I get the Rock Hill Farms? So Rock Hill Farms bourbon, I don't ever see in a store.
You can't
anywhere.
find it hard.
This bourbon is one of those highly allocated bourbons. I think I got my notes here. They release like 10,000 bottles a year. That's it. Rock Hill Farms. And I never see it now. I've already cut the plastic there, but I've never seen it in a store just sitting on a shelf ready to buy. I've seen a lot of people trying to sell it secondary and stuff like that.
I really do love the design on that.
It's a cool bottle.
We have had a few on our cruises. And how much was those shots?
Well, when I did it on Norwegian, it was the only time I've ever tried this bourbon. It was $15 extra after I'd already bought the cruise, bought the Haven, and bought the drink package. So
The unlimited drink package, but you're going to pay an
so it
extra
probably
$15.
cost me about $14,000 for a shot of bourbon. Just saying.
Is that all?
Plus the
Plus
15.
Plus the
Plus the
15.
15.
$14,015 per shot. But anyway, this bottle here, friend of mine, he found it. I said, man, I've been looking for those bottles. How much is it? He told me. I was like, I can't pay that much for it and all this stuff. Well, I don't know what he got it for, but I'm sure it was close to secondary, and he got it at a liquor store where he found it. He bought it. He wanted to share this bottle with us here at the Bourbon Basement so we could do a show on it. So we're going to do a show about it. We're going to tell a little bit about it. We're going to do a tasting and review of it. I'm very excited. I want to thank him for his generosity. If he's watching tonight, he knows who he is. Thank you for your generosity, not only with the bourbon that you're sharing tonight, and we'll just have a couple drinks and maybe a couple handshakes, and I'll do another show tomorrow. I don't know how much bourbon you're going to get back with this bottle.
Probably. This one's a loner.
Yeah, I don't know how much bourbon he's actually going to get back, but he will get some back with this bottle when I return it to him. I do thank you for your generosity, but not only with bourbon, with peaches and with tomatoes.
Nice.
Tomatoes.
There's a place called Polk Farms. They sell some fresh peaches and tomatoes, and he's been buying them up, and he's happily sharing with us at the crew there
Go
in
up there
town.
and buy some of those, because I don't know about you all, but cottage cheese and tomatoes, guys, with a little salt and pepper, woo, buddy. It's like they almost have to be garden tomatoes, though.
The garden tomatoes for sure.
Big difference between garden
It's
tomatoes
because
and
they're the juiciness, and
Oh
the
my
juice
gosh.
gets in that cottage cheese.
I might have to eat some of
That may
tonight.
just be a Kentucky thing. I don't know.
I don't know if it is. It's probably a southern thing, not just
Maybe it's
Kentucky.
southern.
Cottage cheese and tomatoes, guys.
All right, so
I've
thank
heard
you
of all-
again for the bottle. Thank you, Prince Mark, for my special purchase over there today.
Thank you for
It's-
starting our rewards program.
Hey, and thank the Lord that it didn't come a storm tonight, because they was calling for that, and I'm here doing the show. So
I think they pushed it back until tomorrow.
that's okay. I won't be doing the show tomorrow. What you got, baby?
Peter says, I have every Bourbon Trace mash bill 2. Single barrel except Hancock's Reserve, including the 3 Blantons worth having. Hancock's has never been seen here.
Well, this one is. We'll get into the numbers, but I think they release 10 to 25,000 of these a year too. And just to be honest with you, you don't worry about searching for it and getting it, because it's not that great.
It's okay.
We did a show on it. It scored a 5.9. If you haven't seen our show, Peter, you can go back to our archives and watch it. I was a little disappointed in it, but this was made for the people that didn't want that burn, that they didn't want that bourbon taste. Because
It's a beginner friendly.
we'll talk about this a little bit more, but this is back. These bottles came out when bourbon was basically dying, and Blanton's was made as a premium single barrel, because single barrels were never made before, and it kind of turned the world on its end and said, what's a single barrel bourbon taste like? And that got interest back into bourbon whiskey, and these others were created because of the success of Blanton's. But anyway, so let's start with a little bit of Rock Hill Farms, and I was telling you a little bit. We need to get a little bit into the backstory of what's setting right here. What you know is setting right here.
Tater heaven, apparently.
Tater heaven, right here. So these are all made with Buffalo Trace Mash Bill number 2. All right, so this is the Mash Bill number 2 lineup right here. This one here, there's several Blanton's products. Well, hey, we got a guest in the studio.
If you want to pause before you get too deep into it, this is my replacement for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, we do introduce our special guest.
Yay! My daughter!
Hi,
Yay!
everybody!
I like your Bourbon Basement apparel there.
Thank you, thank
Your
you.
hat
very
doesn't
welcome.
match.
It does clash a little.
This is one. If I knew you were coming, this is a surprise to me, everyone. I was left in the dark about this. I was wondering why my son was here but wasn't doing the show with me
Well, why
tonight.
don't you come on?
No.
Because it's a Father's Day special.
Oh, well, this is the Father's
Well,
Day special?
see, I thought Rye wouldn't be home from work, so
That's
I
right.
was gonna fill in. But
Randy
since
wasn't
he's
supposed
here,
to be.
I wasn't here.
All right, well, he's done made
Corey,
plans now. I
Corey is
guess.
giving a shout out. He said, "Hi, Haley."
All right, so my daughter is not a bourbon drinker.
I'm not.
So if I knew you were coming, I would have had something like more beginner friendly. Maybe we would have done a show like this one or something.
Well, that's okay.
Rock Hill Farms is probably the stoutest of all these up here.
Love it.
With the big age and everything that it is. All right, so we're just now starting a little bit of the backstory to Rock Hill Farms and how it was made, okay,
Yes.
and why it was made.
Mhm.
All right, so welcome to Haley, everybody. Yes.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So these are all made with mash bill number 2 products. That's supposed to be the high rye mash bill from Buffalo Trace. All rumored because we know how Buffalo Trace and Sazerac is. They don't like to share anything. Oh, we got. Let's see if this
I am a
works.
little shorter than Rob.
All
Just
right.
like Rob on here.
So the step stool enters. Nice. Now everybody that watches this
It's
is
gonna
going to be
think
like,
I'm super
how
tall.
tall is that girl?
I'm
All
really
right.
not this tall.
She's very tall.
Today.
All right. So we know that Buffalo Trace and Sazerac's very secretive. Like they put their mash bills, they put their age statements, they put everything like in a locker, lock it, throw away the key. I don't even think they know what they're supposed to make because nobody knows it. But anyway, we're going with rumors and hearsay that this is made with the high rye 10 to 15%. All right. So now, I think I talked about all this. But I do know, so as secretive as they are, I do know something that they've tried to keep secret about this that maybe you know, maybe you don't, but I'm going to share it today. And this is true. So this was not a hearsay. This is not a rumor. This is a true statement. So these Buffalo Trace back in when was it? Back in 1983, all right? George T. Stagg Distillery is sitting there. That is what we call Buffalo Trace today.
Okay.
But back in 83, it was called George T. Stagg. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the George T. Stagg Distillery is sitting there, and a place called Age International purchased it. All right. So they bought George T. Stagg Distillery. They bought all the brands, all the products. They owned it all. All right. They owned it from 83 until 1992 when Sazerac came and purchased the George T. Stagg Distillery. Some people at that time called it the Ancient Age Distillery, but then because of their flagship product, Ancient Age, but the name was never really officially changed. But I'm guessing a lot of people that talked about it called it the Ancient Age Distillery because if you read on the Ancient Age bottle, I think it says made at Ancient Age Distillery. Anyway, can't find it. I'm not going to take the time. Anyway, name was never officially changed, so it was still George T. Stagg. And in 1992, Sazerac purchased it. Well, when they purchased it, Age International retained the rights to all the brands and to mash bill number 2, anything made with that mash bill. So these are all made with mash bill number 2. So Buffalo Trace does not own these brands. They simply produce it, age it, distill it, age it, bottle it for Age International. So that's a secret that not many people may know. I don't know if you all know that or not watching today, but this is Age International stuff. So basically, this is contract distilled. Contract distilled by Buffalo Trace for Age International. Does that make anybody change their opinion of this stuff? Because that was a question for my son Ryan, because we talk about contract distilled stuff, and we talk about people that own and distill their own products. This is basically Age International's product distilled by Buffalo Trace. Does that change your opinion? You're still here. Does it?
My opinion hasn't changed.
Still not changed. Still like it. Okay. And you don't have an opinion.
I don't have an opinion, but I do recognize that they all have the horse. There's the horse is all a part of them.
The horse is this one and this one.
Okay, yes. These, so would you say that they're like cousins?
They're all siblings.
They're all siblings.
They even call them siblings.
Okay. So I'm on it.
You're on
with
it.
you. I'm with you.
And the funny thing about it is this comes later, but since you brought it up,
Okay, I brought it up.
one of the funny things about Rock Hill Farms bourbon is it's sometimes called the other horse bourbon because Blanton's is the older sibling. It was first, and then Rock Hill Farms is the other horse bourbon, or sometimes the other horse single barrel.
Okay.
All right, so that was kind of based on that. Go ahead.
Barrel proof banter. He says that's why you can never find Rock Hill Farms or any merchandise with Rock Hill Farms on it. And he says, but he loves it.
That's right. And the other funny thing, since we're talking about those funny things, Rock Hill Farms is kind of like some people call it the ghost bottle. And it's not only because you can't find it, it's also because if you go to Buffalo Trace and you look at their product lineup, Rock Hill Farms ain't in it. All right, so it's funny, and a lot of people are like, okay, so I don't know, but it's coveted. People want it when they find it, they buy it because
So
they
this is
can't find it.
allocated?
Very allocated.
Okay.
All these are really allocated. These are all except for this one. And actually, Prince Mark said this one, they only get 6 bottles of this a month.
Oh man.
So
it's
it's kind of allocated to them
to
too.
them, yeah.
So I guess this is semi-allocated, but they produce more of this than anything else.
He says Takara owns it, right?
Is that Age International? Is that the Takara?
He just barrel proof banter just asked. Takara owns it, right?
Age International is, from what I read, Age International still owns this.
Okay.
So I just got a message that is allowing me to drink what I want. He doesn't care if the bottle's empty when it gets returned.
Oh,
I told you guys, generous.
it won't be because of me. Let's just say that. I'm throwing that out there. It is not a me.
But he likes to buy. He bought it just for the daggone bottle. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And to share with us. So thank you again. Thank you again for that. So
Barrel proof banter. He said, "Man, you are speaking my language in here for sure."
all right. Well, thanks, Barrel Proof Banter. I'm glad you tuned in tonight.
So this isn't officially marketed as like an annual release.
It is an annual release.
But it isn't marketed that way?
No, they release. So really, it isn't a once a year release. They do release it periodically throughout the year, but only around 10,000 bottles. And of course, that's a secret. So everybody's just kind of going on the number of sales that happen per year, from what I can find in the thing. So that's all a secret. So, but this is all mash bill number 2 again, all Age International. And then just for FYI, it wasn't until 99 that Sazerac, who owns Buffalo Trace now, changed the name from George T. Stagg to Buffalo Trace.
Carol asked, "Does that make Brian the other horse?"
Yes, it does. All right, so we talked about this being contract distilled because Buffalo Trace doesn't own it. So now I'm going to take this bottle away. All right, we're just going to slide it over here. We're not doing the show on that bottle tonight. But now, what do these 4 bottles have in common? You probably don't know because you don't know these bottles, but I bet those bourbon guys out there know. What is common about these 4 bottles other than
Mash bill number 2.
exactly the same recipe? So it's exactly the same recipe. Guess what else is common about them?
Oh, can I take a guess?
Yes.
Okay, how long they're aged?
That varies.
Okay, barrel, does it have something to do with the barrel?
They are all char 4 barrels. So same recipe, same number char barrel. Got anything else?
Where they're located when they're being aged.
Same warehouse. All these are located in the metal-clad Warehouse H, where Blanton's originally had. And if you know the story, I won't go into the story. Watch my show about Elmer T. Lee. I talk about how he chose Blanton's because he went back to his his boss, remembering him go pick out these honey barrels from the middle of this metal-clad warehouse H, picking the best barrels out of the middle of it. So he did that to create Blanton's. So I know these are located mostly in the mid area of the warehouse because that's where they say the best bottles were. So why don't all these taste exactly alike?
Well, that's exactly what I was getting ready to ask.
They're all made the same way, they're stored in the same barrel, and they're put in the same warehouse.
They've probably all got different proofs to them too.
They all are proof different, so that's a little bit difference in the taste. They're all aged a little different, but here's why they taste different.
Okay.
Because people have a great job and going around testing these barrels and tasting what's inside. And if it tastes like a certain product, then that's what they make it. So all these barrels are in the same warehouse. So all these barrels, you could have a barrel right here that becomes Blanton's and a barrel right here that becomes Elmer T. Lee because they have different taste profiles. So that takes a professional palate to decide where they are. But I can tell you a little bit, they're all single barrels, which the only thing that upsets me about Buffalo Trace and these particular single barrels, I want to know the year. I want to know how long it's been aged. Now, they say they won't do it because if they say Rock Hill Farms is a 10-year-old bourbon, but they have an 8-year-old barrel that meets the taste profiles, then they say they can't call it a 10-year-old bourbon. Well, I don't care. Put an 8-year-old statement on that one. It's a single barrel, so you should be able to put the age of the barrel on there. Because they don't blend them. I can understand that when you start blending barrels and everything. If you have an 8-year-old product and you blend some 4s with it, you may not want to name it a 4-year-old bourbon because some people would be like, eh. But you can't name it an 8-year-old bourbon. But on a single barrel, you can. So I'll tell you a little bit. So we've heard a lot about the sames. So let's tell you about the differences. So some of the differences is Blanton's created in 1984. It's 93 proof. They say, these are the rumors again, because Sazarek's so secretive. They say these barrels are anywhere between 6 and 8 years old. So they're looking for 6 to 8 year old barrels with the profile taste of Blanton's.
Peter was saying that at least put the distilled date and the dump date.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And they do that on Blanton's. The dump date anyway is on there. And that becomes a collector's feature for a lot of people because anyway, but there is over 300,000 bottles of Blanton's released a year. So that tells you the difference. 300,000 under 10,000. 300,000 under 10,000. Now, this
is so hard to find.
Well, this here, the reason there are so many is a lot of them go overseas. Especially your Takara Reds and your Blacks and all that stuff goes overseas. But there's 300,000 bottles of these a year. It is aged in the mid-warehouse, all char 4. Rock Hill Farms come out 90, and it come out at 100 proof. So it's the highest proof of any of these single barrels. It also is between 8 and 10 years old, which it is confirmed to be the oldest of all of these single barrels. The oldest release. Up to 10,000, less than 10,000 a year. Your next one in 99, they come out this one because they wanted something more approachable. It's only 88.9 proof. It's, again, 6 to 8 years. And then your Elmer T. Lee, they just did this basically to honor Elmer T. Lee for creating Blanton's and basically turning the whole world back to bourbon. And they do it, it's 90 proof, and it's 6 to 9 years old.
Okay.
All right, so the 9-year-old, up to 10, up to 9. Now, we know they're not mixing barrels because these are single barrels. So, I still think you put the daggone thing on there.
Yeah. Gene Boy said, why not be proud of it?
Too late. Too late, Tracy. Oh, man, sorry.
Did he say he changed his mind?
Tracy said, heck, don't open that. It sounds very expensive. So, too late, it's open. I'm sorry, man. It not worth nothing now. Sip the drink. Take that.
Ow.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about Rock Hill Farms. Some of that I've already mixed into my stories because you brought up some good questions.
Thank you.
All right. So So some of this may be repeated, guys. Just stick with me. I'm going to go through it pretty quick. So, mash bill number 2 from Buffalo Trace, first released in 1990. It's allocated single barrel bourbon, 100 proof. Created to expand the distillery's premium single barrel lineup following the massive, successful debut of Blanton's in the early 1980s, so 1984. Where this was named after the legendary distillery president Albert Blanton, this was named after basically his farm. So they named this after a stretch of land there along the Kentucky River, rich farmland. It says that was the former home of the president, Albert Blanton, the president of the distillery, that is, Albert Blanton. So the other thing, it has no age statement. We talked about that, but it's widely believed that the barrels are between 8 and 10 years old, and we talked about my feelings on that. The bottle honors the bluegrass roots with this scenic landscape. Pick up that bottle and check it out.
Okay. Ooh.
So the scenic landscape there is an artist rendition of what the farm actually looks like.
Oh.
So if you all look at this farm and you
It goes
can
on.
encompass
Yeah.
the feelings of the artist that created this, that was his vision when he was there at the farm. That's what the farm looked like. So if anybody has a Rock Hill Farms bottle, you're looking basically at what that artist depicted Rock Hill Farms to look at.
It's beautiful.
That is a very nice looking bottle.
So
It's
we're-
probably
we-
my favorite size.
With the baby- with
yeah,
the
the
baby-
baby horse.
Ponies. Oh, I got you good that time, didn't I? All right. It's very difficult to find retail. You may have to probably find it secondary or buy it secondary. Now, the retail on this around here, if the only time I see it retail is if you get it at a lottery or some kind of bourbon drop and some kind of special event. Retail's around $70.
That's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
Actually.
Peter said when I could buy that here, it was about $65 US equivalent. And he said,
Yes.
I'm on my second and last bottle for now. I also use the Rock Hill Farm bottle as my infinity bottle.
Oh, cool. So Peter has an empty one he uses as his infinity bottle, and he's almost done with the ones he can find. So he's running out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Peter. Believe me, we don't have them around here either. So this was a special find. Again, retail's around $70. I know he didn't pay retail for this, but secondary here is around $200 to $250. I'm not sure what the store charged him, but it was probably more than $70. Did he text me again, or is that the old ones? No, that's still the. Don't open that. So $200, $250 on retail, and I talked about the jokes. That's all I got. It's time to drink.
Oh no.
So we got a non-drinker here for the first time trying to pull out some. I'm only going to give you
No,
a tiny bit.
Yeah, please.
No, she's not the first non-drinker of bourbon. Your mother was on here. She's
Oh,
a non-drinker.
yeah, my mother was here, but I said we have a non-drinker here that is going to try Rock Hill Farms bourbon.
Yeah, just.
And I'm sure she may not, Daddy don't know she drinks, but she probably drinks them foo-foo, desserty kind of drinks. I don't know.
I don't.
You don't? So to be a new bourbon drinker, this may not be the best experience for you.
It's okay. Because this is Father's Day and this is what I do for you, Daddy. I know
Awesome.
you enjoy it.
I have
so.
the best kids.
Take one for the team.
I have the
taking
best
one.
kids. I put some of your pour into mine.
Yeah, that's great.
But what we're going to do, so we'll put the pretty bottle back up there.
Yeah.
Here's our producer share. All right, so
It's like a producer tax.
yes.
Yes. For doing my
Have you ever
job.
heard dad tax or something with candy in the back? It's like producer tax.
So this one here, what you're gonna do, being new, it's 100 proof, so it's a little
I
bit,
can smell it.
it's a little bit high.
Yeah.
The smell is what a lot of people really love about bourbon. I love it, and especially when you go into a distillery or something and you smell that aging bourbon in that wood. That's what I want my bourbon to taste like. And then you go to where it's fermenting and everything, and I love that smell too, and that's what I want it to taste like. And honestly, some of these do, because this kind of does taste like the aging bourbon in the warehouse.
Okay.
And this one kind of tastes like the fermentation smell, because you get a lot of those grainy smells in it,
Okay.
and it's fantastic. I'll put that up here, sir.
Okay.
All right, so anyway,
I got a question.
go ahead.
Corey says, what do you all think is the best looking bottle and what do you all think is the best tasting bottle? Do they line up?
Of these right here, so the best looking bottle to me, I like Blanton's.
I don't know. First impression for me, not knowing very many bottles, I
Yes.
love
I like
the
that.
artistry on that.
Yes.
Like, that's gorgeous.
Well,
This is a gorgeous bottle. I like the horse.
You like the horse?
I like,
See?
and I know everybody will say Blanton's is overrated and everything else, but I like this horse. It kind of reminds me of when I was younger playing Monopoly. I always went for the car, but if they had this horse in Monopoly, I probably would have went for that horse.
well,
They know horses sell.
I like the cork.
Listen
like
to the sound.
You like the big cork.
I do, and it's glass. That's,
Oh,
yes.
That's a satisfying sound right there.
And very good for an infinity bottle,
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah.
Very good for an infinity, and very good if you ran out of Rock Hill Farms, just to put something in there and use it as a decanter. Just
Yeah.
you could probably tell. And this is funny because I had this in my notes and I didn't tell it.
What?
But you could probably put a different bourbon in here,
Mm-hmm.
set it up there, share it with your friends, and I mean it may be just ancient age here, and listen to them talk about how fantastic it is.
Because they think.
Because they are thinking it's Rock Hill Farms. Now, that isn't because they don't just know, they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just saying that because it's because the actual thought of you drinking out of this decanter and drinking Rock Hill Farms actually puts that in that ideal in your head. And so you automatically think it's fantastic. You automatically think. That's why it's so hard when you do a blind. And I'm going to suggest to everybody out there that's listening, if you...
And Ryan would disagree.
Ryan would disagree. But if you want to know what you actually like, take away all the beautiful
Influence.
bottles,
Influence.
take away all the influence of the price of a bourbon,
Mhm.
take away all the influence of the distiller of the bourbon, and just get to the taste.
Yeah.
Or even the smell. No color, because I'm biased against a really light bourbon. I think that it's not very...
G-Boy said
Really?
you ain't fooling me.
G-Boy said I'm not fooling you.
Yeah, he said you ain't fooling me.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you do them blind, you'll be surprised on some of the picks that you pick, because you would think there's no way that this is better than this, and then you do a blind and maybe you choose it. Okay, but anyway, I like the horse. That's why I like this. This is a really cool bottle. Now, this bottle was designed
Mhm.
in 1991 when it come out, because bourbon was still climbing. It was still fighting against other spirits. So they designed this to set back on a shelf in a liquor store to look like a cognac bottle.
Oh, okay.
So people would look at it, get it down, and then,
Yeah.
maybe
I'll try
trick
it.
them. Maybe
Yeah.
they'd be like, oh, that's a nice bottle.
Mhm.
Because the cognac was selling good back then, I guess. So they kind of designed it to look like that. And it's funny how short all
They
these
are.
single barrels
Mhm.
are
Well, okay.
compared to, the bourbons that you see.
But like, it's
more
easy
today.
to hold.
Very easy to hold.
It is easy to hold.
It's got a good grip.
It
Alright.
does. It's got a good one. Okay, you're gonna have to walk me through it. I have
Alright.
no idea what I'm
So
doing.
what you want to do is just you want to inhale through your nose
Okay.
with your mouth open.
Slightly
Kind of
open.
let the smell and the aromas go through your nose and out your mouth. So that way you're not burning your throat.
Okay.
Now this is strictly for mostly new to bourbon people. That will kind of give you the experience of it, and it will kind of get your palate ready for what you're going to taste.
So the vapors don't burn the hair
Well,
out
I
of your
can
nose.
feel it in my throat if that helps.
And then what you're going to search for, and if you can't find anything, I'll give you some examples of what I might smell, and then you can search for those.
Corey said, does it pour okay out of the square-shaped bottle?
This
Oh.
one does.
Yeah,
This one
it was
poured.
very smooth.
I have a decanter upstairs, and mine it drips a little bit out, but this one I don't think I lost anything, so it poured well out
You
of that
didn't
one.
actually.
Yeah, I
No
didn't.
paper towels were needed.
Nothing,
Mm-mm.
and I can't pour out of a wine bottle sometimes that good.
Yeah. No.
Of course,
doubt.
I might have pre-gamed more today.
Today?
No, I'm just kidding.
This is 100 proof, Daddy.
That's not,
That's not a lie.
it's,
Okay.
100 proof
Medium?
It's a good proof.
It's
Okay.
I think 100 proof is a good proof. It's there's a lot higher, but it goes down to 80.
See, I hear 100, and I'm like, 100. That's as good as you got.
Well, it
That's
has to
as
be
good
at
as you
least
get.
80 proof to be a
Okay.
bourbon. Yeah, because you're a teacher.
I am. 100%.
So 100 is really good for
100
you.
is at the end.
So that's excellent.
It is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anything else is extra credit.
Gene Boy says it pours okay. Hard to drink straight out of the bottle though.
Probably hard
Very
to drink out of that bottle.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Kind of smells from back here. If I'm smelling with my mouth open, maybe honey,
All right.
maybe tobacco. Is that wild?
That's
Is that too crazy?
It's wild for me, but Gene Boy might smell it.
I don't know. It smells like how a cigar would smell.
Okay.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
All
I
right.
mean, I'm not the pro over here.
I'm getting typical bourbon smells. I'm getting typical the oaky, the little bit of
Tipple.
not much smoke, but I get that oaky wood. I get some caramel. I get some vanilla. I did have honey.
Okay,
I did have
so
honey.
I'm not too far.
There's a little bit of cinnamon there to me.
Yeah, spice.
Yeah, that
Spicy.
spiciness to me is almost always cinnamon. Sometimes it.
Kind of like nutmeggy, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Stuff you would put in like an apple pie.
Yeah,
Apple pie spices.
pie
Yeah.
seasoning.
Yeah.
So that's kind of your smells. Now it's not a.
Gene Boy says she's a feral for sure.
Yeah, and especially with the tobacco, is that what you say? The funny thing about it is, all our smells are different. All
Right.
our palates are different. So
Right.
we can taste different things. We can smell different things, and a lot of times it's what you've smelt in the past, and then it'll
It'll
hit a
triggers a
memory.
memory.
Yes, and that'll bring up that, and that's so every time it's gonna be different. And honestly, you could do this same bourbon next week,
And
and it'd be totally different.
because I could have had different experiences.
Throughout the day, you could have ate something different. So it's really the experience at the time, and that's what Ryan tries to tell me. Enjoy the bourbon
At
now.
the moment, in the moment.
In the moment you're drinking it, enjoy the bourbon you're drinking now. And I like that, but I also want to know what I like the best.
Right.
So that's me.
That's where those
All right.
blind tastings
So now,
come in.
You are a little bit different. So for newcomers out there,
Sure.
you're going to have to train your palate a little bit.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna have
go
to get ready
tiny
for this.
sips.
Go a
Very.
tiny sip, put it in your mouth, start at the front of your tongue, let it roll to your back, kind of move it around your mouth, not like mouthwash,
Yeah. Just
but kind of move it around your mouth and hold it for about 5 or 10 seconds.
Okay, you guys cannot judge my face.
This is an acclimation,
Yeah.
all right?
It
You're
will-
going to do that twice.
Oh, God.
it helps
And
get
then-
it helps get rid of the burn.
And then on your third one, that's when you're acclimated, your palate's ready, and then you can
Okay.
try to pull out some taste.
All
You
right.
may pull out taste in the beginning, but don't really
I'm not gonna
look
try.
for them until
Yeah.
the third one. I don't either. I still do this today, even though I drink
Oh wait,
more.
should we cheers? Should we
Yeah.
cheers?
Well, let's not only cheers. If you all haven't already got a drink out there, when you're watching this show, it's always better with one in your hand
It
and
is.
2 in your gut.
Okay.
So anyway, so what do you want to cheers? You cheers it.
Cheers to all the great fathers out there, especially my dad.
All right.
Shout out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So enjoy a drink with us. That's purpose of this show. Not only was to get Ryan back
Yeah.
and to have a Friday nights with him, but it was to be drinking buddies with everybody that wanted to watch. So
Good way to start
we're
the
here
weekend.
for that. It's a good way to start the weekend.
Yes.
It is.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Cheers.
No problem, Daddy. We love you.
And I love you.
No, you
You got fires.
you were supposed to hold it.
I can't.
Okay.
It's good. My lips are numb now, so
If you
it'll
don't,
just keep going.
if you don't hold it, the acclimation won't be there, and it'll be harder to pull out the flavors.
Okay. I
So
got
you
the
can
fire. I've got
You
past
can do
the
a
fire.
couple more acclimations if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Probably.
I just want you to know everybody's watching your face
I
since you
know.
said.
I'm sorry. Don't judge my face.
It was actually pretty good.
Was it docile?
It
no,
was.
it was very
Okay.
good. Now see now the
Okay. Now the back of my tongue is on fire.
So
Okay.
you're getting a lot of heat. It is 100
I am.
proof, but I will say this is one of the spicier ones that's up here. I noticed that on the cruise ship the first time I had it, the only time I had it. It does come forward with a lot of spice.
Okay.
I think it's more of that red hot cinnamon candy spice.
I was gonna go pepper.
A
Yeah.
black pepper
Mhm.
or a spicy like jalapeno pepper. Which one?
Like black pepper.
Okay.
Like freshly
I
crushed
can see some black pepper. I can see black pepper in there too.
Oh, your Aunt Dana said my baby niece.
All right. So you got the peppery black pepper burn.
Yeah.
I can see that. Also, a lot of the cinnamon flavor, cinnamon candy. But when you get past the burn, are you noticing anything else?
Well, it's not burning as much anymore.
Exactly.
My throat may be a little bit on fire.
The more you drink, less it burns. The easier it is to drink more. Yes,
Yes.
That's the way bourbon is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once you start getting into those sweety dessert notes, it makes you want it. You're going to be a professional at this before too long.
Maybe, like after my tongue stops burning, after it goes, it kind of has the after flavor of like a cinnamon graham cracker.
Okay.
Maybe like a toasty marshmallow. I know that's all over the place. But
You're
like,
all over the place. That's
I
fine.
am.
And
I'm
you
all
can
over the
be.
place.
Your palate's new. It doesn't know what to think.
Corey said interesting. He gets a cinnamon out of a lot.
Yeah.
He gets a cinnamon in the Blantons
Yes.
a lot.
The cinnamon is, I mean, same mash, same recipe,
Yeah.
same char level. I thought at least they would have different char barrels, but they're all char number 4. So it's real crazy that they taste so different.
I get a creaminess.
Okay.
I get like an ice cream. You know what I think of? I think of fried ice cream with like cinnamon.
Okay, so our producer's like a fried vanilla ice cream with some cinnamon
Yeah.
toppings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you all gotta,
Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. Okay. That was, I think, my 3rd or 4th acclimation. I don't know if I'm quite acclimated yet. But like after I smelt it and then drank it, you're gonna think I'm wild for this. Okay. An antique library, like with the leather books, it tastes how that would smell.
Okay. And that's awesome.
Musty.
And one of the tasting notes
Not
that
musty. Leather.
one of the tasting notes that professionals get on this is some leatheriness.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool that you're pulling leather because
Antique library.
most people don't pull those tobacco and those leathers on their first drinks. They're pulling more of the sweetness and the heat.
Yeah.
And you're seeing past that and you're getting to those nuances
Well,
in the
it's
flavors.
like it's the after it settles. Like
So
just right
the
now on my
finish.
tongue. Yes.
It's a leathery finish.
Yes.
Old stale book leathery finish.
Yes. Not stale. We won't describe it as stale.
But in a good way.
In a good way.
No,
yes.
you don't. Do you think it's good though? Seriously, is it something you would sit?
Maybe after
You don't have to agree.
maybe after I got past like the burning sensation, maybe if I had a few drinks like over several different days, maybe I would enjoy. Because it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It is not, it was fiery, but it wasn't like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm going to die kind of flavor. So,
But I mean, for 100 proof, the proofage I kind of look past.
Yeah.
Although it's a little bit more heat for some people,
mhm.
the proofage I kind of look past. But I do get a lot of those peppery
Yeah.
and cinnamon kind of spices. Now,
Definitely cinnamon candy, for sure.
and that's what hits me at the front is the cinnamon candy. But like you said, as it
It's
settles,
leathery.
you get leather. I don't get the leather. I get a Werther's original candy.
Oh, Werther's?
Werther's.
I love those.
And see, so you wish you had my palate,
I wish.
so you could get that.
I love
So I kind of
those.
get a Werther's original
that's the
candy
caramely.
with the caramel,
That's the caramel.
little bit of caramel, kind of creaminess, like you said.
Yes.
I don't get fried ice cream with cinnamon, but
That's just what I think of. If you're eating fried ice cream and it has that cinnamon in it,
yeah.
that's what.
Well, you all seem to get more of the subtle cinnamon, like the ice cream topping and maybe a French or a toast or something, cinnamon toast.
Graham cracker.
But I get the hot cinnamon.
Mm.
I got that hot cinnamon flavor, but once that goes away, once you get past that, even on my last drink, I didn't even really get the cinnamon as much.
Peter said, "Come on, the burning sensation is called a Kentucky hug. Makes you feel nice and
I
warm."
do feel warm.
Warm
Peter.
old
I do
Kentucky
feel
hugs.
warm.
Warm old Kentucky. We love Kentucky hugs around here. Most of the time, Ryan doesn't give me a hug, so I have
Just
another
so-
warm
yeah.
Kentucky hug at the end of the
yeah,
show.
I'm definitely for sure going. You know I can't do.
But
turn
can
it
I
down.
still have a warm Kentucky hug after the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
As
All right.
much as you
Anyway, so do you want to rate it?
Gosh, I don't know. I don't know if I could rate it because I don't have any
Wait.
comparison.
You can rate it as a
Uh,
beginning.
As like a first time experience.
Yeah.
Corey said the ladies have better taste buds than you do, Steve.
Oh.
And
I agree. I know my producer does. My producer has a palate that's out of this world. I think she could go and be one of those tasters that would distinguish which barrel went where. I swear.
Oh,
Yeah, I do.
that would actually, if you really, really, really enjoyed bourbon, that would be a very
Yeah.
cool job.
I would love to have that job,
Yeah.
but they'd be like, no.
Here.
But her, they'd be like, what are you drinking? And I'm like, yeah, that's some cinnamon toast and fruity pebbles. And they're like,
Fruity
no,
Pebbles.
you can't have that. You're not going to be on our
Sorry,
team.
you're not
Yes.
qualified.
Dang it. I
Okay.
should have lied.
Okay, so as like a first-timey bourbon drinker, so that doesn't have much weight to it. If you're
it
very
kind of
experienced.
does, because if you're wanting to get into drinking bourbon,
Okay, if you're wanting to get into drinking bourbon, I would say if you could get past the burning sensation that you feel the first few drinks, it could be a good sipper for you if you can find it. Because I know you said it was hard to find.
Very hard to find.
Yeah. So
And I'm going to be honest, if I have this bottle sitting in my bar, sitting
Yeah.
here in the bourbon basement, and you're a first time drinker, I'm not sharing it with you.
oh, okay.
I'm going to give you this bottle.
All right. Well, I'm honored
Cheaper
that
one.
you did without knowing.
Yeah,
And it
well,
wasn't
you
your
were on
choice.
you were on the show. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I don't think anybody would. Would you give somebody that doesn't know bourbon one of your higher dollar bourbons?
Okay,
I
but that
wouldn't do
could
it.
open them up to the experience.
It might, but then you got to see how they react to something like this first.
Okay, well, hear me out because I have been on bourbon tours with you,
Yes.
and it has been to the point where they make fun of me for my facial expressions because I'm literally just trying to get through it, and I have not enjoyed those whatsoever.
But I think I finished like every one of yours.
He did. He did, and I would say if this bourbon was in front of me and we had a tasting,
Yes.
I could do this. I could finish this one, and it might not be enjoyable at first, but after I sit with it for a little bit, I think it would be more
So
enjoyable.
that's an A plus anyway, right?
I would say it's
Yes.
100.
All right, 100.
Woo! No, it's only
Ba-dum-bum.
on 10, right?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay. I would say maybe like an 8.75.
All right, well, there's a good grade. So that's a B minus.
Yeah.
It would be 87. What is that? That's a B or a B plus?
It depends on how you round it, I guess.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Yes.
so she liked it.
Yes.
Okay, for a non-bourbon drinker.
Yes.
All right, so me, I think that this bourbon is really good. Out of the lineup that I see here, in my head, without doing it blind, I'm gonna say it's the best one in this lineup.
Really?
Okay.
Compared
yes.
to all of those?
Compared to all these, and my Blanton's there, I think, well, this is a different bottle, but I think I rated Blanton's as an 8 when I rated the regular Blanton's. I know the gold and everything was higher than that, but like 8.2 or something like that. This one, to me, has to be at least an 8.
Mm.
And since I would have to do a blind, and I will. I'll do a blind on these, and Tracy, who let me borrow his bottle, I'm going to do another show on it, probably tomorrow, midday sometime, and do a blind tasting. It'll just be a show, not a live, guys, so you'll have to go to the shows.
Or maybe Sunday.
Or maybe Sunday. The videos, you have to go to the videos to see me
Yeah.
blind taste all these bottles.
Okay. So
So then I'll know.
Okay, random question. This bottle.
Yeah.
Rock Hill Farms. If it had a personality, what celebrity do you think it would be?
Mm.
Are all newbies like this? What?
What celebrity do you think it would be? So
Ah,
like, if it has like the smooth, cool, maybe fiery.
Selma Hayek.
Really? Why?
Because this one has that spice and she's
Oh.
pretty spicy, but it also has that mellow coolness. And in the movies, that she can be either or.
Okay.
Corey said Ryan
the-
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
I'm with you, Corey. I'm with you.
I think of like a Matthew McConaughey.
All right, all right.
All right. It's hard not to like.
But
He's smooth, cool,
Well, then I get where Corey said Ryan
Okay.
Gosling.
and leather. Like I think of
I mean-
Matthew McConaughey in boots and the cowboy hat. You know.
why? What have you been watching?
I haven't watched it.
What's that show what's the one where they're all like male strippers?
Oh.
What is that?
uh,
Did you watch that movie?
I did not.
Shame on you. Shame on you, daughter.
Matthew McConaughey in leather boots and a cowboy hat?
Shame on you. That was his
I
thing
think
in that
that's his-
movie.
Was it?
What was the movie called?
Okay, that's
Oh.
not what I was going with.
Somebody knows the movie.
I was going with the car.
Yeah, now I know what you
And
do.
full
Shame.
Fool's Gold is what I think of.
That ain't a
movie-wise.
cowboy hat.
We
But
have
that's the movie I pictured.
we have an at Donor Pass whiskey. They said, "Don't think I've been here before. Cheers, folks." And then it says, "Hi, Peter." And then Kel says,
So glad you
"Magic
joined in on that conversation.
Mike."
Magic
Magic
Mike.
Mike.
That's the
Thank
movie.
you, Kel. Thank you, Kel.
Shame.
Okay,
Now you know.
now I do know. I may or may not have watched that movie.
Not confirm nor
I'm not-
deny.
I'm pleading the fifth.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I don't know why Selma Hayek. That's just what come out. So anyway, but to me, it's got the peppery cinnamon spice. If you are a first time tuner in,
Tuner.
tuner-inner,
Yep.
thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
Please like and follow, and come back next Friday. You can go back and watch some archive videos and
Yeah.
watch some old live shows,
Yes.
all that good stuff.
Okay.
And we're on TikTok. But anyway, that's all my advertising. Go ahead.
Corey says Magic Mike is a bottle of Fireball, I think.
Oh, Fireball. So
That's
one
kind
of
of
you
what my
says
experience
Fireball.
was like at the
Ooh,
very
wait.
beginning. Just heat.
But this one here, I get Werther's Original. A lot of times I look for fruitness
Mm.
and stuff like that, but it's mostly just the caramel and a little cream. It's really good that way. Very subtle, but that spiciness of that kind of cinnamon candy spice that's along with it, some at the beginning, some at the end. I think it fits really good and meshes really well. And I'm going to give it an 8.1 as my rating.
An 8.1?
Really?
8.1.
So would you say Blanton's or Rock Hill Farms is just better from past experiences drinking?
Well, I've only had this one other time, and I liked it on the cruise ship. So our producer, this may be our highest producer rating ever of a 9.2.
It was really good.
She thinks it's really good. It is really good. And when I compare them side by side,
Yeah.
I might know how much better or not that
Okay.
it is. So I will do a blind on these sometime this weekend, so look for that show coming up.
Okay.
It'll be in just the videos because it won't be live.
Okay.
Our producer will set up the blind, and I'll try these all and see which one I liked
Okay.
the best.
I also have another question.
You're full of them.
I am full of questions. Okay, so would you say that a bourbon...
Tom Selleck. Oh no, that's not what you're asking.
That was
Okay,
a silly question.
go ahead.
I kind of liked it though.
Would I say what?
Would you say that a single barrel bourbon makes a bourbon better or just more unpredictable?
Good question. Have you been practicing for this?
I prepped just a little bit.
How'd you know I was going to do a single barrel?
I might have had an insider to tell me what kind
Okay.
of bourbon.
Well,
we
anyway,
might
so
be
in my
tasting.
personal opinion, I always love what they do with single barrels.
Okay.
And the reason is because this year's Blanton, they look, like I said, people go around and they taste these barrels and they say, yeah, that's Blanton's.
Right.
And so there's very subtle nuances, very subtle differences in one single barrel to the next, even on the same brand. So one Blanton's may not taste like the next bottle of Blanton's you get, but it'll be so subtle that most people
Don't
won't be able to
recognize.
taste it, including myself most of the time. Then there's that one store pick or something that you get that you're like, okay, this is a single barrel store pick. This is going to be excellent. I've had this. I love this. And you taste it and you're like,
Ew.
yeah, that's not what I would think of. And that's because when a lot of the times when they do store pick, it ain't these professionals that do it. It's this guy that has the store that his palate is different, and he goes and he tastes it and he's like, this is the one I want, and it doesn't match up to what maybe the Sazerac would have picked for this. But I like that difference.
You do.
I like that.
So you like the unpredictability.
I do.
Okay.
But I also have found in my bourbon journey that sometimes I like the small batches better. And I'll give y'all an example, and y'all can disagree, because that's what bourbon is. Everybody disagreeing with everybody because we all have different opinions, different palates. But if you go to E.H. Taylor,
Yep.
So I've had several E.H. Taylor small batches. I think it is excellent. If you watched a couple weeks ago, I did the tasting of mash bill number 1 and E.H. Taylor small batch 1 for mash bill number 1. And it is one of my favorite bourbons. Well, I acquired a couple of these single barrels right here.
Okay.
Single barrel E.H. Taylors.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, man, this is going to
gonna
be
be good.
awesome because I like single barrels. I'm intrigued by these. And I get that single barrel, the one bottle that I opened and tried, and I did not like it as well as the small batch. So the single barrel to me wasn't as good as the small batch. I was a little bit disappointed because when I get that single barrel, I want that barrel to be special.
Right.
To me, it was okay. It was good. It just didn't meet the same things that I expected from the small batch. So,
Okay.
so it can go either way.
So maybe like a first initial trying, these single barrels might be cool to try because
Well-
they could all be different. But if you find something you really like, you think the small batches would probably be your choice?
No,
Not necessarily.
not necessarily.
Okay.
But now these single barrels are only single barrels. They don't make no batches of these. These are all single
Just
barrels.
single barrels.
Yes.
Yes.
So Colonel E.H. Taylor here, he makes a small batch of single barrel, a barrel proof. He makes all kinds of things.
Okay.
So there's different types of bottles, and a lot of times the only single barrel you're going to get is a store pick. Like it may be just a batch that they always do batches, but then a store goes in and picks one barrel and says, I want that as my store pick. So anyway.
Corey said that E.H. Taylor would equal Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood
Clint
for the
Eastwood,
E.H.
yeah.
So everybody, we're putting
All right.
celebrities on all our
And
bourbon.
then, and
That
then
may be a bourbon basement thing now.
I
We're going to
think it should be.
celebritize each one of these
Gene
bourbons.
Boyd said Josie Wales or Dirty Harry.
I like it. I like it. So name your celebrity for Rock Hill Farms bourbon if you've tried it. If not, just put a random bourbon in there and tell us who you think it is.
So do you think if this wasn't an allocated,
If I could
Single
just go
barrel.
to the store and get this all the time.
yeah, would it have the same pull? Would you want to buy it as much?
Would I
Yeah,
buy this
yeah,
if I could find it for $70
yeah,
every day?
every
Yeah.
day.
Every day. If this one was out on the shelves for $70, I'd buy it every day. The problem is you're never going to find it for
Right.
$70. Just like you're never going to find that one for 70 or 75. You're never going to find this one. Well, this one you're all finding a little bit more for about $65, aren't you? So this one's coming around.
Maybe.
But these three bottles right here, very hard to find. And you usually pay secondary, you know, up $150,
Yeah.
$250, $100 for these bottles when they're about, you know, $60 to $70 bottles.
Mhm.
But yes, if I could find them, I'd buy them. Well, I
So just being
couldn't afford them every day, but
right.
every time I wanted to buy one, I would get one. Yes.
So
James-
being allocated just kind of adds to the
Buffalo
mystique of
Trace, Buffalo Trace
Mhm.
knows what they're doing when it
Mhm.
comes to marketing their bourbon. What gets me is, what do they do with all those other barrels? If they're allocating every bourbon that they have, what do they do with all those
Right.
other aging barrels that they have?
James Morgan said, "Cheers, all the Kentucky crew."
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 All right, let's wrap this thing up.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
With a bow.
You're the outro.
am?
You're taking Ryan's
I'm
place.
taking Ryan's
I
place.
always struggle with the outro.
Okay, so what do I say? Why drink alone?
No, that's too close. Now we gotta wrap it up some way different. You gotta say, all right, guys, that's our show for today. I hope you liked it. Continuing next Friday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
and watch us again.
Okay.
All right, and then you gotta say thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Cheers, and then you say, why drink alone?
When you can drink with us.
All right, until next time. How about a hug?
Yes.
Aw,
For sure today.
thank you for being on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me,
I
even though you
appreciate
had
it.
no idea.
I'm gonna use my borrowed bottle and have another little pour.
I'll just finish what I have.
All right, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.